UFO hacker tells what he found after hacking into NASA websites where he found images of extraterrestrial spaceships. The search for proof of the existence of UFOs landed Gary McKinnon in a world of trouble. If you think NASA has more information about UFOs than they are letting on, then you are not alone. In fact, you're part of the majority. The U.S. Space Agency and other space agencies are hiding information about alien spacecraft. This idea shows up and has for many years in internet forums and social media, TV shows and movies, almost as interesting as any special secret is why it's kept secret. And for the existence of intelligent extraterrestrial life, the answers run the gamut. They would cause too much peace. They would create too much chaos. They would give too much technology to too many people, or maybe they would just be a real disappointment. But it seems that what could be considered alternative theories could be real. NASA hides the truth. It all started when a British hacker shared his findings after hacking into NASA files 2 decades ago. The United States tried to extradite Gary McKinnon after he gained access to NASA files and threatened the now 56-year-old former hacker with jail for more than 60 years. After lengthy appeals, the Interior Secretary Theresa May blocked McKinnon's extradition, and she has now spoken out about exactly what she found in NASA computers. In an interview with the British newspaper The Sun, McKinnon claims to have unearthed thousands of images, one of which showed a cigar-shaped alien spacecraft. McKinnon gained access to the images between February 2001 and March 2002, and is sure the space agency is, quote, covering up evidence of extraterrestrial life, end quote. It's fact that there are objects that we do not understand that are flying in our skies, and it is also a fact that there are scientific, intelligence, and military departments that study these objects, McKinnon said. He said, I was absolutely stunned, and those folders had thousands more images, he said. By order of U.S. authorities, McKinnon was arrested in 2002, and then again in 2005, told that his hacking caused more than $700,000 worth of damage. In blocking McKinnon's extradition in 2012, Theresa May cited McKinnon's Asperger syndrome, and Keir Starmer, who was director of public prosecutions at the time, and confirmed that the hacker would not face charges in the UK. McKinnon is certain that evidence of UFOs is being hidden in the US and was inspired to hack NASA files after Donna Hare, a former NASA worker, claimed that the space agency had been deleting UFO evidence images, and in an attempt to verify Hare's claim, McKinnon gained access to NASA files and claims to have seen 4 folders marked leaked, without filter, processed, and unedited. However, due to his slow internet connection, McKinnon was only able to copy one image from the space agency's folders, the image of a cigar-shaped spaceship. Several media outlets, including The Sun, have attempted to contact NASA for comment. However, per the policy of NASA, they do not and will not respond. Interestingly, last May, the U.S. Space Agency announced that it would intensify its efforts to search for answers to UFOs. NASA confirmed it would assist U.S. government investigations into the search for extraterrestrial life following the first congressional hearings on unexplained aerial phenomena, UAP, what we call UFOs, in more than 50 years. However, McKinnon does not think the renewed interest will lead to much more disclosure, and he has questions about the motivations behind it. The hearing, he says, is not significant at all for disclosure. These hearings, panel discussions, and the like are never fruitful for disclosure, McKinnon explains. He said, we must not forget that military mentality, the unknown is a threat or a potential tool to use. The disclosure comes from witnesses, not the military or the government. All they give us are lies, he says. The former hacker is convinced that the United States is covering up information about UFOs, either because the ships are so advanced that they are beyond human comprehension, or because they have managed to extract secret technology from mysterious objects that they want to keep hidden, he says. After allegedly hacking into NASA websites, where he says he found images of what looked like extraterrestrial spaceships, the 40-year-old Briton at that time faced extradition to the United States from his North London home. If convicted, McKinnon could receive a 70-year prison term and up to $2 million in fines after allegedly hacking into NASA websites, where he says he found images of what looked like extraterrestrial spaceships. The 40-year-old Briton faces extradition to the United States from his North London home. If convicted, McKinnon could receive a 70-year prison term and up to $2 million in fines, they said that at that time. Gary McKinnon said, "This is a bit of a red herring. I have seen it, but I was not inspired by it. My main inspiration was The Hacker's Handbook by Hugo Cornwall. The first edition that I read was too full of information. It had to be banned, and it was reissued without the sensitive stuff in it." WN asked, "Without this book, would you have been able to do it?" McKinnon said, "I would have done it anyway because I use the internet to get useful information. The book just kick-started me. Hacking, for me, was just a means to an end." WN says, "In what way?" McKinnon says, "I knew that governments suppressed anti-gravity, UFO-related technologies, free energy, or what they call zero-point energy. This should not be kept hidden from the public when pensioners can't pay their fuel bills," McKinnon said. WN asked, "Did you find anything in your search for evidence of UFOs?" McKinnon said, I certainly did. There is a disclosure project. This is a book with 400 testimonials from everyone from air traffic controllers to those responsible for launching nuclear missiles, very credible witnesses. They talk about reverse engineered technology taken from captured or destroyed alien craft. WN, like the Roswell incident of 1947? McKinnon, I assume that was the first and assume there have been others. These relied upon people have given solid evidence. McKinnon said. WN, what sort of evidence? McKinnon said, a NASA photographic expert said that there was a Building 8 at Johnson Space Center where they regularly airbrush out images of UFOs from the high-resolution satellite imaging. I logged on to NASA and was able to access this department. They had huge high-resolution images stored in their picture files. They had filtered and unfiltered and processed and unprocessed files. My dial-up 56K connection was very slow trying to download one of those picture files. As this was happening, I had remote control of their desktop, and by adjusting it to 4-bit color and low screen resolution, I was able to briefly see one of these pictures. It was a silvery cigar-shaped object with geodesic spheres on either side. There were no visible seams or riveting. There was no reference to the size of the object, and the picture was taken presumably by a satellite looking down on it. The object did not look man-made or anything like what we have created. Because I was using a Jive application, I could not get a screenshot of the picture. It did not go into my temporary internet files. At my crowning moment, someone at NASA discovered what I was doing and I was disconnected, McKinnon said. He said, I also got access to Excel spreadsheets. One was titled Non-Terrestrial Officers. It contained names and ranks of U.S. Air Force personnel who are not registered anywhere else. It also contained information about ship-to-ship transfers, but I've never seen the names of these ships noted anywhere else. WN, could this have been sort of military strategy game or outline of hypothetical situations? McKinnon, the military want to have military dominance of space. What I found could be a game. It's hard to know for certain. WN, some say that you have given the UFO motivation for your hacking as a distraction for more nefarious activities. McKinnon, I was looking before and after 9/11. If I had wanted to distract anyone, I would not have chosen ufology, as this opens me up to ridicule. So you can read the remainder of that, but as you can see, he found off-world terrestrial officers, and he found an image of a UFO. This is on by Myth and Mystery on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.